Hello, Hannah here. I am going to be. Hello, it's Hannah. I am going to be presenting on the kinetic chain, more specifically on the sports skill of shooting a basketball. So this is an SVSU women's basketball player. I'm currently doing my sports analysis and all of the other Hey, Hannah here. I am going to be presenting to you about the kinetic chain, more specifically about the sport movement of shooting a basketball. So shooting a basketball is a multi-joint movement. So this means that in order for this movement to be achieved, that each joint individually needs to be operating and moving optimally. So this means that each joint needs to be working as it is designed to do so, not compensating for another joint's inability to move. Multi-joint movement also means that each joint needs to work together with all of the other joints to perform multiple functions smoothly, precisely, and simultaneously. So in this case, full body extension in a powerful manner needs to happen to create a vertical movement so that the player can get her body up into the air and get that ball through the hoop. So when the body parts are functioning as they should, this will not only enhance performance, but it also decreases chance of injury. So here I have highlighted the kinetic chain of this shooting movement. So we'll start at the ankles. So at the ankles, you can see they are in plantar flexion. The ankles need to be mobile here. So if they're not mobile, then that can create some problems in maybe create some issues in okay. Hey, it's Hannah here. I'm going to be presenting to you on the kinetic chain, more specifically the sports skill of shooting a basketball. So shooting a basketball is a multi-joint movement. In order for this movement to be achieved, each joint individually needs to be moving and operating optimally. This means that each joint needs to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, what it's been designed for, and not compensating for another joint's inability to do so. So a multi-joint movement means that all of the joints are working together so that the body can perform multiple functions simultaneously, smoothly, and precisely. So in this case, full body extension in a powerful manner needs to happen to create a vertical movement for the athlete so that she can get the ball into the hoop. So when the body parts are all functioning as they should, this not only enhances the performance of the athlete, but it also decreases the chance of injury, which I will explain in the next slide. So I have highlighted here on the right the kinetic chain of this movement for this athlete. So the ankles here are in plantar flexion. Ankles need to be very mobile in this case. As you can see, they are in full extension. The knees need to be stable. They are also in extension. If the knees become mobile, working down the chain, the ankles may compensate for this mobility in the knee, and they will might become stable. This can create chances of injury. Also, it could decrease power output and vertical height of the athlete's jump. So that is important to have the knees be stable in this case. So moving up the chain, we have the hips. The hips are in full extension as well. The hips are going to be mobile as well. So here we have 3 joints together in full extension. This is actually called triple extension. This will help with power output and the vertical extension, so the height of the jump for the athlete. So moving up the chain, we have the lumbar spine and T-spine. The lumbar spine is going to be stable. If the lumbar spine is mobile, this can again create problems going down the chains. The hips may end up compensating and being stable, and then this then moves down to the knees, and that makes those mobile, and then that moves down to the ankles again, making them stable. This can just create lots of problems and inadequate performance for this athlete. So anyways, so all of these joints are currently, for this athlete, working well. So this creates the ability for the glenohumeral joint to flex properly, then allowing the elbow to extend, then allowing this wrist to fully flex, do what it should do, flick that ball into the hoop, get her some points. I did watch the video that this picture was taken from. She did make the basket. So with the looks of this kinetic chain picture and the outcome of the game, it looks like her body mechanics are moving well, and this kinetic chain is her joints, are moving as they should and performing as they should. So here is just a graph of what I just told you. So we have the ankle, it's going to be in plantar flexion, it's going to be mobile in this area. The knee is going to be stable, the hip is going to be mobile, the lumbar is going to be stable. These four joints working correctly are going to enhance power output for the athlete, help her jump higher, help her jump to be just better altogether. And then it also allows proper movement for the T-spine, the glenohumeral joint, the radial ulnar joint, and the radial carpal joint to move as they should too. Both up and down the chain are moving correctly. So with all of these four first joints moving correctly, the T-spine, the glenohumeral joint, the radial ulnar joint, and the radial carpal joint are going to be moving correctly as well. The T-spine is going to be extending and rotating if needed. The glenohumeral joint is going to be fully flexed, then allowing the radial ulnar joint to fully extend, allowing the radial carpal joint to fully flex and create some motion on that ball to get that ball through the hoop. So there is our amazing kinetic chain for the sports skill of shooting a basketball. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.